This seems like a terrible example of a concern that many Jews have in the UK at the moment, which is that the police seem to think that their job is to maintain community cohesion at any cost. That means that if some group or individuals decide to threaten with violence, the easiest way to keep community peace and cohesion is simply to back down. If you're not doing the thing that upsets them into violence, then the violence maybe won't happen. But of course, if what they're complaining about is a completely legitimate foregrounding of a humanitarian cause, like the hostages being held by a terrorist group in Gaza, then you can see the problem there. That means that a commercial company felt unable to fulfill a contract it had taken on, according to a campaign very much like one it had previously done. So they say it's not their ideological disagreement that has got in the way of this. No, it seems that there were threats, that there was some form of even possible violence, though the Metropolitan Police say they won't talk about this to me. And that seems to be what's caused the company to back down, which means that many Jews are left in the UK, and non-Jews alike, feeling that violent groups, bullying, intimidating actions can make people back down on their values, back down even when what they're doing is entirely legal and justifiable. And the police are really there to try and keep the peace at any cost.
Yeah, quite amazing. And this comes as yesterday the Homes Affairs Committee heard evidence in a special hearing about policing the recent anti-Israel protests. What have we learned from that?
Yes, indeed. Yesterday, the Home Affairs Committee in the Parliament heard from assistant commissioners such as Matt Twist, who said that the impact on the Jewish communities in London has been particularly acute at this time from those protests, with huge rises in anti-Semitic crime. He said that the police have over 800 open hate crime cases, with over 6,000 hours of officer time going to be needed to investigate all of them. Indeed, the police chief said that arrests for offences related to supporting or glorifying terrorism are in unprecedented numbers in the last 2 months compared to the last decade. And he pointed to an overarching picture of a concerning environment where people are energized towards potential support for extremist ideologies. This is something that obviously, again, is concerning the police, though it's not entirely clear why this is happening if they're concerned and if the public are concerned. Many in the Jewish community are pointing the finger at the police, saying they're not doing enough. The police clearly feel that legally and under the obligations of what they're meant to do, they're not able to do enough. But the advisor to the government on extremism said that he felt there was an unprecedented amount of extremist or tending towards extremist material coming out of mosques in the country, and that he didn't feel that changes in the law or policing alone would be enough to counter that. So all of this extremely worrying and creating an environment of real concern among people in Great Britain.